Movies are renowned to never work. In this video essay, we will take a closer look at the character of Lara Croft in both the video game reboot from 2013 and the movie adaptation from 2018, specifically her character arc, progression, depth, and why the movie fails to adapt Lara to film yet again. The game opens with establishing Lara's character's starting point, background, and the game's setting. Her father is dead. In his belongings, clues to the long-forgotten island of Yamatai. She joins an expedition with a small crew, including Roth, her mentor and father figure. While closing in on the island, a storm hits and rips the ship apart. Lara is washed up on the shore and finds herself separated from the group. She must now learn how to rely on herself. Lara reunites with the group. Roth is injured and can no longer offer Lara the help she wants, but doesn't need, which continues Lara's development towards being more independent and self-sufficient. Lara, and part of her crew, is taken prisoners by a small group of cultists. She manages to slip away, but is found what seems to be the group's leader while hiding. He attempts to sexually assault Lara, but she manages to struggle out of his grip, grab his gun, and shoot him. This is the first time Lara's been forced to take a life. She breaks down but realizes she has to get her shit together and get to safety.
Oh God!
When she gets to safety, she's able to contact Roth and immediately opens up with her having to kill someone.
It's scary just how easy it was.
As the game progresses, some of the crew members ends up dead, despite Lara's best efforts to protect them. She is experiencing immense pain, guilt, and self-hatred, having been the main reason they ended up on the island. In the movie, Lara is already independent. Her father has been missing for 7 years, but she doesn't have a father figure like Roth. She ends up finding her father alive, but then she goes through a negative character development, where she goes from independent to relying on her father again, and doesn't become independent again until her father's death at the end of the movie. None of the crew members from the game remains in the movie. No Roth, no Alex, no Reyes, and no Jonah. The group is integral to Lara's development as a character. As mentioned earlier, some of the crew members ends up dead. Each death chips away at Lara's psyche. However, in the movie, the death of all these characters and Lara's mental struggle are summarized into one scene. Her father's life is threatened. It ends up being a ham-fisted attempt to force character progression onto Lara.
Put it down.
Oh, you don't think I can pull this trigger before you hit me with that arrow?
Shoot him, Lara. Shoot him!
Come on, put your weapon down.
Shoot him, Lara! We can't let him get to Himiko!
You really don't believe this nonsense, do you?
We as the viewer don't care about the father, as it does nothing to her character except progressing it, and he isn't introduced until halfway into the movie. While the crew members in the game all have different traits and characters, we end up caring about them. They aren't just puppets to force development.
No! Wait.
Roth's death finished Lara's character arc, going from weak to strong. This sets her up for development in other areas, as Roth dies halfway through the game. In the movie, her father's death is in the last 10 minutes of the movie. He stops being a handicap for Lara, and she can now progress further, but doesn't get the opportunity to, due to this being the end of the movie. in conclusion, her game character is out of her element. Instead of relying on others, she finds herself being relied on, while her movie character is flipped. She starts as an unreliant character and ends up relying on her father in the later half of the film. This doesn't give a very good payoff, as all she gets is closure, compared to the game where she gets both closure and progression as a character, which is a lot more satisfactory.